Hello, and I'm going to be teaching you how to get a good starting off economy in Resin Nations. So, the game has started. Let's just play as Nigeria for now. So, as soon as you join, you want to get the technology available tab right here in the bottom of your screen. I want you to go to economic, and if you're doing this along with me, playing while watching the video, hit economic improvements, tax collection 1, and factory output 1. I always do that in the beginning of the game just so I can get my tax up, just barely a little bit. And then, so you might be thinking, like, why is factory output on the economic? Because it's not really gaining you money. You'll see why. So, I'm going to go to here. So I'm going to build an electronic factory for now. So I'm going to trade with Chile. And also, you got to, like, when you're trading, you have to be, like, you have to think, like, what country is going to get taken over? So, like, I was going to trade with Kazakhstan, but I'm not gonna trade with Kazakhstan because they do have a lot of resources, but I'm probably not gonna try to trade with them because Russia is just gonna or China's just gonna wipe out Kazakhstan and its whole entire Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Mongolia. They're just gonna try to get it for the resources. So if you know that superpowers there are like a big countries there, like maybe Argentina has some oil that you want. But you know Brazil's right here, so you don't want to trade with them. But if you have to, do it. So now since I got those two trades in, I'm gonna build a electronic factory. So now electronic factory is gonna be built, and that'll be built in like 3 months, I think it takes. So now I'm gonna check my leaders. So a leader is like you're the leader of the country, but there's like other leaders too, like head of government, political reformer. And so usually I don't really do this, but now I'm starting to do it a little bit more to get a finance minister. He gets your tax income up 5%. I usually never did that, but now I'm starting just to do it a little bit. So now you might be thinking like, so now since I have a little bit more of the research power, you might be thinking, how does factory output help with your economic? Well, factory output factory output 1 gives you 20% more factory output. So I built electronic factory, and the electronic factory produces about 19 units of electronics. But since I got a factory output 1, it's gonna produce 21, and then I could sell more electronics for more money, which is better for your economy. So now it's built. So now see how I'm getting 21 units of electronics? And look, when you build a factory on a city, like a big city, it gives you $250,000 in resources. That's the max you can get. So say if I build four cities on a square city, so I build one here, one here, one here, and one here on my capital, you're getting $1 million just from 4 factories. And so if I was gaining 1.6, getting 2.6 now, so you're getting extra million, and you want your income more than your expenses. So there's 3 main things in your income: taxes, resources, and trade. 3 main things in your expenses are trade, military. Well, I mean 2 main things in your expenses are trade and military upkeep. You could just do all this spending stuff in your economic laws, which I'm going to talk about now. So you could set your taxation tax laws to high, maximum, low, minimum, and you can set your spending limits. So you can spend on government, security, education, corruption, anti-corruption, healthcare, and research. I usually do research, and then once you get more money, you could do like anti-corruption, government, security, like all that stuff, because it gives you base stability, and it gives you war exhaustion gain. It gives you minus. It gives you not a lot of war exhaustion gain, but it doesn't give you any. It decreases it, but it doesn't give you a lot of decrease. But it still helps if you're in a long war. So now since I'm making 21 units of electronics, do not sell to the big countries that are not AI because they won't accept. Sell to the AI countries. So I'm gonna sell 1. Boom, they accepted. Algeria and Italy are players, so I'm not gonna trade with them. And you want to avoid countries with the yellow text as their name, because I learned this in a video that I watched a long time ago that it usually they usually don't accept. Like they kind of like keep their trades to themselves and resources. So if you have to trade with them, but try to avoid them. Like sometimes the AIs don't accept, just sometimes, but usually they do. Because I think they made an update that they don't all automatically accept, which is more realistic, I guess. Because not tiny countries won't like accept everything. So look, I was gaining 14. I mean 21 units of electronics. Now I'm only gaining 12, which I traded 9 to AI countries. So look, yeah, I traded 9, I think, right? I'm not really good at math, but I am good at subtraction. Yeah, I traded 9. So look, trading now I'm gaining basically 734. I'm gaining $734,000 just from trading electronics. So now I'm gaining $2.3 million. So now I'm gaining $3 million in my income, but then you have to minus the expenses. You have to subtract these expenses, and then I'm getting 2.3 million. And there's another way you could sell other resources to gain more money, which is consumer goods. So you need 4 factories to get consumer goods. You need an electronic factory, steel, fertilizer, and motor. You need these 4 factories, and then the aircraft is just for Air Force. You don't need it, but I suggest getting it just so you have an Air Force if you have to go to war. So you need these 4 factories. Then you can build a civilian factory. You could it makes 40. It makes 40, and you can get more factory output, as I said, like here, to get more consumer goods to sell more. But you always want to keep some for your own country, because when you expand, say if I took say if I took Benin right now, right? I would have to have more consumer goods because it takes up consumer goods. So, like, see, consumer goods negative 0.19 units. Negative 0.08. So you just need consumer goods for countries you take over. But it usually doesn't. Like, if you take over like small countries, it doesn't really happen a lot. But you take over, like, say if I take over Cameroon, right? It would have a lot. I have to make more consumer goods because the capital city uses 1.6 really in more cities. So just to watch out for that. But that's basically the video to get a good basic starting off economy, basic tutorial on how to get economy in Rise Nations. And yeah. And the other thing also too is to watch your military upkeep, because say if I just built 20,000 infantry, right? See how it's $440,000 in my military upkeep? So now that 20k spawned in, now it's gonna be 480,000. So you just have to watch out if you make a lot of infantry. But that's it for the video. I hope you learned how to start off as a good economy, not good but decent economy in Rise Nations. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. See ya.